What do you want, David? Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling on behalf of the vlog, as today they have asked us to talk about anyone that we may miss from the office, and I was just wondering if anyone in particular, springs to mind for you.
I know you want me to say you, so of course I miss you.
I should really hope so.
Do you know what? It's been really tough trying to replace the AM team, and as we sort of come to some sort of sense of normality, you just got to try and find replacements where you can, here, there, and everywhere. So just get some randomers off the street, especially if they look like them. Just try and graft their faces onto them. Imagine that they're all there, sitting there,
What exactly do you miss in particular, especially now that we're no longer in the office?
The fact is we used to bounce off each other, I guess, quite a lot. That's a bit harder. I think we've got better at it now, like we just FaceTime each other whenever we need something, but when you first found yourself working alone, it was a bit lonely, especially because our team's so collaborative. A lot of the times when it's coming up with ideas, you often have them when you're not thinking about it, but you're talking with someone about something else and you're having a bit of downtime. I miss the whole office for that reason, being able to go up to people and just have a conversation about something else.
So I've been thinking about the people at Goat that I can't live without, and to be honest, there's a lot of people at Goat who I talk to quite regularly and I really get on with. I talk to randomly Sam Anderson a lot. We joined the company around the same time. We've always been relatively close. I've recently started talking a lot to Hannah Walters, who joined our strategy team a few weeks ago, and the funny thing about that is that I've actually never met her, but we get on really well. We've got a lot in common. We talk to each other on the phone. I feel like I'm in a bit of a weird online relationship with her. I'm so excited to meet her in real life eventually.
I honestly don't think I'll be able to survive at Goat without Shakira. So I currently work in operations with Sam Anderson, but Shakira used to work in my role. So if I'm really struggling or just don't know what to do, she's the best person to message because she's done it all before.
Who do you think you miss the most from the office?
I actually really miss the design lot. Jazz, Josh and Shannon, out of the entire team, are the people I would go to for like a bit of banter, especially during like one of those stressful days, because they were behind me. You could easily turn around. I just think that whole team is really fun to work with, and being strategists and creative strategists, we have to work with them probably more so than anyone in the entire agency. I think that relationship is key for us especially, but for any agency.
Somebody that I do miss in the office is probably not going to say the same about me, as I tend to annoy him quite a lot. But in the role of BD, often comes a time when we have to deal with contracts and get things signed and NDAs and quite a difficult legal process to make sure that everything's aligned. And from my side, I'm just no lawyer. So I often slide over to Matt Casey's desk and ask for his help. So he'll probably say that he doesn't miss having me in the office, but I definitely do miss coming over to him and getting his help. And then also beating him on golf on the weekends. That's usually quite fun as well.
Of all the campaigns we're running, there are a number of logistical challenges, particularly when it comes to sending products out to influencers. And so a lot of us in the operations team are having almost daily contact with our campaign managers and campaign execs. One of the people I love working with on the campaigns team is Jess Morris, who's one of our campaign managers. One of the reasons why I love working with Jess is that she's always kind and courteous when she comes up to our team and asks for our help. She always has all the information. She's done her planning, she's done her prep, and she always has a really clear timeline and instructions for us to work towards. I know that ops working with Jess and her team across their campaigns, they're always going to be successful, and it's always fantastic for the agency.
I suppose the obvious thing for me to do would be to choose Matt or Craig, someone on my team, someone that's advanced the team, someone that's made it stronger. But, and I'm not kissing his arse here, but I think I'm going to go for Harry Hugo, and here's why. When I came to Go, I thought I knew what social media was. Having grown up through it, you kind of feel an ownership of it, or you feel like this is our world or whatever. What Harry taught me is you never really know it. You have to constantly be updating. You have to constantly be on your toes about what works, what doesn't, especially with video. So I'm gonna say Harry Hugo, but he's gonna love that.
The person who I really can't live without at Goat would have to be Hannah Ryan. We work on different teams. I'm obviously in account management and she's on campaigns. We work on everything together and we've become really close, especially during lockdown. I think we've had to rely on each other even more. I'm glad that we can see each other now that lockdown's eased a little bit, but thank you for being such an absolute superstar. I'm so happy that you're my colleague.
Other than that, is there anyone else in the office that you miss?
I don't want to say I'd miss just people, but I do miss the camaraderie of it. It's the days when good stuff happens. You want to be able to go out to the pub or go out for some drinks or whatever after it and celebrate, or, you know, if you chalk away at something for a few days, you want to blow off some steam. It's a bit of an anticlimax, you know, no matter how big the win is. When you shut your laptop and it's dead silence, it never feels that big, does it?
So, no one's gonna say me.